Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. In this week's video I've got a really nice 3D printer for you guys. The Anycubic Kobra 3 combo. So it's including the multicolor option, the Ace Pro, the Anycubic color engine. I was supposed to do the S1 which recently launched, the big one fully enclosed. Unfortunately this one is delayed, so I will start with this one first. I will do an unboxing, I will assemble it, connect it to a computer and do some test prints so you can see what it looks like and how it performs. If you like it, let me know, give it a thumbs up, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And let's start with the first part, unboxing this machine to see what's included in the kit. So I've put the box on the floor because it's too big to put on the table. I will open it and take out all the parts that are inside of the box. Like this. Let me see if I can lift it out. Stuck in the box. Here we go. Yeah. It's quite a big package, as you can see. Let me take out the plastic. Take off this one. Put it away. And let me show you what's all in the kit. Let me take this off first. You've got a manual, of course, instruction manual. Let me see, there is a bag with some filament, USB stick, yeah, small parts, also some tools to put the machine together. Let me see, there's a cable. I think it's this one is to connect the Ace Pro. Power cable, of course, and another power cable because the Ace Pro needs to be powered separately. So you got two power cables for this one. Let me see what's here. This is part of the spool holder, two parts, also included. This is part of the poop chute, so it will eject the little waste, the poops. Then we've got a nice, oh, this has some nice weight to it. It's a touch pedal with a bracket. You can connect it to the printer. It really feels very solid. Metal housing, so that looks nice. And we've got the hot end. Direct drive, as you can see. You got 4 Bowden tubes go into here. So let me see if I can take this off. A fan, cooling fan on there. So I will have a closer look at the hot end later to see what's all included. I think it's got a quick change nozzle, so that's nice. That's all in this bun. Let me see, that's the Ace Pro. The multicolor option. If I can take it out this way. It's pretty nice and secure in there. Okay, let me turn it around so you can see it. As you can see, it's got it's a 4-color option. Not sure if it's open. No. No, I need to remove this one first, but you can put 4 spools in there. It's got the outlets here for the Bowden tubes, which will connect to the hot end. So it's also a dryer, so that's nice about this one. So you can have a multicolor and also including a dryer, filament dryer. So that's really nice to have. Let me take out this one. And then you've got the printer itself. Let me see if I can take it out. As you can see, it's very well protected for transportation. Let me see if I can take it out. Yeah, I can. Let me put it here for a few seconds. Nothing more in here. So this is the machine itself. It's a bed slinger, as you can see. Let me see if I can remove these parts. Some plastic parts. It's got, let me see, one motor on the Z-axis. It's connected via a belt. One motor on the bed. It comes with a PEI sheet, textured PEI, both sides. So that's nice. There's also like say you can see there's some indent, so you can align your PEI sheet, so that's nice. On the back we've got more, the cable to connect everything. So it's got metal wheels, V wheels. No, it's not V wheels, it's round wheels. It's got metal rods on the top and the bottom. And you can see you need to adjust it a little bit. It's always something I check. You can adjust it using the eccentric nut, but I will show you later. It's got V wheels on the Z, on the height. So, but I will show you all the features about this one. So that's basically everything which is in the kit. Looks like a fully complete set. Next up I will do the assembly, and then we can turn it on. So I've opened this little bag. As you can see, there are some tools, some hex tools and other tools to assemble it. It's got nice labeling on all the bags, so it will tell you which number and also what it's for. You got a little head wiper. You can probably put it on here so you can clean, or this is a spare one. Yeah, this is a spare one. So there's already one on the machine itself. So this is a spare one. I will put it aside. There's also a little cleaning tool to clean a nozzle if it's clogged. Some grease is included. USB stick I will use later. This is a single Bowden tube. Probably if you are going to use it without the Ace Pro, if you bought only the machine, you can do a single one. So you can connect this one, put the spool holder on the machine, and then you can do the printing from there. So I will put this aside. Also a little bit of filament. It's 10 meters, so it's not much, but you at least you can do I think one benchy. So next up I will do the assembly. I will follow the instruction manual, and let's see what's needed to assemble this product. So first let me cut away these ones. Let me take this off, and also on this side. Throw them away. Now I can remove this one. I will take it out like this then. There's a lot of grease on the metal rods. First I want to take out the play. You can see it can move a little bit up and down, or left to right. So that means you can use this supply tool and then adjust the eccentric nut a little bit. Let me see if I twist it this way. Still needs a little bit more. Or the other way. Let me see which way I need. Now you can see it's completely loose, so I need to go this way. Now the play is gone. And it can still run smooth. Let me back it off a little bit. Still no play. And it runs smooth, so that's okay. This is the way you can adjust this one. First we need to connect the cable to the hot end. Let me cut this away. It's this orange cable. It's got a USB-C connector on it. Let me see. This one needs to go up. So this one I need to connect to the hot end over here. And I can secure it using 2 screws. These ones are for the screws, number 1. Really small ones, so I guess it's the smallest hex key. Let me see. Yeah, that's correct. So you can just put the screw in and secure it. Okay, so it's secure. Let me see. Next, I need to install the print head. You've got 4 screws. This one, number 2, and you need to put them on the back. So over here there are some markings on the back of this. Hopefully you can see it through here. Over here you can see 4 circles where the screws need to be. So I will mount it. So these ones on the top. Now I can place the head, and then we can insert the other ones. You can do it from the back. Yeah, now it's okay. So the head is nice and secure, no play, so that's good. This cable needs to go in the stepper motor. So on this side, let me show you from here. Under here there's a connector. You can connect it like this. And this one needs to be here. There's a little bracket. So this one has different openings for the cable and also for the Bowden tubes. For the 4 and for the 1. So I will put it here. And then this one, there's a little mark you can put here on the back. So it's nicely tucked away. Let me see, what's next? Print head is installed. The screen. So on this side, you can see there's a flat cable. Let me loosen it, hold it tight, don't damage it. A little bit residue on, but it doesn't matter. Let me get the first one in. So I can let go of the screen. Like this. Yeah, like so. So it's connected now. Let me see, the next step is connecting the X-axis motor. I already did this. That's this cable. This one on the left side. Let me see, the poop chute needs to be connected over here on the back. Let me show you on this side. On the back you've got this little hole. You can put this one in and then secure it using 2 screws. So connect it from the back. From the back is the metal screw, and on the bottom is the plastic screw. So it will purge and then it will shoot out. So I've removed the plastic from the Ace Pro. Now I can open it. There are some Bowden tubes inside. Let me take it out. Put this one out. Close this one. There are some markings on the Bowden tube, so you can exactly see if you insert it correctly. Let me see. I have to put the machine next to the printer. That's the nice thing about the S1, the larger brother of this one. You can put the Ace Pro on top. Over here you need to put it next to the machine. And based on the Bowden tubes, it cannot be far away. So yeah, that's for some people it takes a little bit too much space, but at least you've got a dryer and also a multicolor option. Let me see, I need to connect it using this provided cable. It's got 2 plugs. One is a 4-pin plug and the other one is a 6-pin. However, only 4 pins are connected. So I need to connect it to the back of the dryer. You can connect, I think, 2 of these to one machine. Let me see, the 6-pin connector. This one has got a little lock. Needs to go on the back of here. Let me see, like so. And then the other one needs to be connected to the printer. And I don't know why they came up with this idea. But it's on the front of the machine, behind this rubber flap. There's the connector. To me that doesn't make any sense. I understand probably it's because of the motherboard is over here. But they can come up with something, right, that they can put the connector on the back or on the side. It doesn't make sense to put it over here, but it is what it is. So again, there's a lock. You can put it down, let me see, like so. And now it's connected. Next up, I need to insert the Bowden tubes. This one needs to go in the head of the printer. You can hear it click, and you can see it's locked in there correctly. like so. Need to connect all 4. Then we can put them through here. There's 1. And then the last one through here. So a lot of cables. Like so. Then I will connect them to the back of the Ace Pro. It's pretty tight, but it's doable. So that's the first one. Then I will take this one, the second one. Gonna put it in here. If you put it in and you can pull it, you can see it's all the way in. Then I can secure it. So now they are all secured. And I think I need to install these ones. Little clips for the Bowden tubes. You can just clip it in. And then I can also use one here. So that's it for the assembly. It's not too bad. It's a pretty quick assembly, as you can see. There's one more thing we need to do. I already adjusted the hot end. So I removed the play by adjusting this eccentric nut on the bottom. And now I also need to do the same for the bed. As you can see, hopefully you can see it on the video and hear it. There's a little bit of play in the bed. On this side there's 2 nuts, eccentric nuts as well on the wheels. So I can reach for it using the provided key. Let me see, like this. I can adjust it. Like so. I think it's only on the back now. Let me adjust it on the back as well. Like this. And now the play is gone. You can hear and see there's no play. It still needs to run smooth, so you need to feel it. And I can feel it's still okay. Don't do this too fast, because the stepper motors, they will generate current and it might damage your mainboard. So only do it slowly and don't do it too fast, as well as this one. Same goes for this stepper motor. Oh, another thing before I forget. Also check the belts if they have enough tension. This one looks fine. Also this one you can check. And there's an adjuster over here. So there's a knob on the side that you can turn to tighten it and loosen it. But it feels correct. So let me show you the poop chute up close. This is spring loaded. And this is where the printer will perch. So the spring will shoot out the poop. This is a magnetic part, this one. And it will attract the metal part on the hot end. Let me focus over here. So let me move the hot end towards the magnet. You can see it grabs the magnet, and once you pull it to the left, it will release and shoot out the poop. I already saw in several videos that it works pretty well, and the spring is yeah, it's got too much tension a little bit, so it will really launch the poop a few feet away. So I need to put a bucket over here to collect it. But it's a pretty simple mechanism, but it seems to work just fine. So let's turn on the printer. I've put my smartphone over here so I can show you what's on the screen. First, let me remove this foil. It's always nice to do so. Let me turn on the printer first. And let's see what the menu says. It's booting. I'll see an Anycubic logo. I will do English. Next. I will do global. Next. It's going for the Wi-Fi. I will skip the Wi-Fi for now. I will say next. Enjoy your 3D printing. Okay. Insert the USB stick in this port. Let me see, like this, yes. So it's doing a self-test now. There's no filament in the printer yet. I've got some Hyper PLA over here so I can load it when needed. It will first do a self-test. So it's preheating. This one I need to put a little bit like this. A little bit more, I think. It's real smooth. Not sure if you have higher speeds, but at slow speeds it's really silent. So it's preheating till 170 degrees centigrade. Then it will be wiping the nozzle, so it should go to the back, I think, and then wiping on the back. It's almost at 170, yes. There we go. So it's going to the back of the build plate. So now it's wiping. There's some silicone things in the back. The fan just turned on at full speed. Now it says step 3, probe. So I think it has 5 times 5. So it's probing for the correct Z height. He should also do the vibration compensation later in the process, where it starts to shake, and then he will compensate. I will have to hold my table, I think, because it's on coasters, so it will probably shake along. Let me put the brakes on. It will help, I think, a little bit. Yeah, so he says it's about to start the resonance compensation. Yeah, I only have this table at the moment, so that's all I can do. I will hold it. Not sure if you can see it. It will vibrate pretty quick. And it will measure it and then compensate it. You can hear it. The hot end is shaking. And the next, the bed will also shake. Okay, now the bed is shaking. Let me hold the table. You can hear it. So let's see, it's finished. So I think that's all, because I'm in the menu now. Okay, so next up I will go through the menu. I will show you up close, and then I think we can start loading the filament. So let's go through the menu. The first one is the print menu. I will come back to this later. Second one, you can select the different material. You can choose some presets. Color, you can change colors probably for the multicolor option. You can extrude and retract. This is, what is this? Oh, it's the Ace, okay. So the Ace is not connected. Let me turn the Ace Pro on. So it will probably change in the menu. Now you can see, as I mentioned, you can see now the Ace Pro is detected, and you can see 4 colors. So you can do the preheating, because it's a dryer as well. So you can set the time for the dryer. You can extrude. You can hook up to 2 Ace Pros. So you can daisy chain them, I think, and then it's connected. So you can do 8 different colors. Then we have the settings. Here you can set the nozzle temperature, the bed temperature, the type of filament. You can turn on the cooling. This is the move. You can control the movement of the machine. So you can home it and move up and down, left and right. Let me see. You can do auto level, vibration compensation, and PID calibration for the nozzle. But we just did this, so I will not change it. Then you have a guide, language, about the machine, and system restore. Let me see, is there more? Print options, fan. What is the print option? Oh, you can do the sound, the light. You can belt detection, fan control. You can change the speed of the fan. The screen, you can dim the screen automatically. Cloud, I'm not connected yet. Support, and that's it. So in the print menu, you can press print, and there's some files on the USB stick. You can also print from the cloud if you are connected. And this is the history, so you can see what you printed previously. Here you can go to home. So that's the menu. Next up, I will load some filament, and then we can see if we can print something. So let's see if we can print something. I first will try some Hyper Series PLA from Creality. Sorry, Anycubic. Let me see if I can load the filament. Let me open the box. Like this. I will put it in position 1. I've already cut it. I will just put it in the first one. Let me remove this one. Okay, I press it in and it will automatically catch. You can see it's blinking. So it will feed it through the tube. Let me close this one. Okay, now it's loaded, not all the way. So it's somewhere in the middle still. Let me see if I do print. Is there any files on it? Oh, there's a test model. Ah, okay. So there are some files on it. 3D benchy, 45 minutes. Is there also a quick benchy? Speed benchy, 15 minutes. So let me try this one. I will say print. He sees that there's only one spool. The color should be white. Confirm. It's PLA. So it's a 15-minute benchy, speed benchy. It was on the USB stick, so it's dedicated for this machine. So let's see what it does. I will leave the printer on. I will get back to you once the benchy is finished, and then we can have a look at it. Also, the Ace Pro is pretty quiet. I think when you turn on the fan, when it's heating up, then it will be more noisy. But for now, it's nice and quiet. Oh, haha, my first poop. So it really ejects it pretty far. So another poop from the poop chute, and now it will start. So it's ready. Let me turn this one off. I can zoom in a little bit. Okay, let me take it off. Oh, it's purging. Here it is. Let me show you up close. Hopefully you can see it. Let me put my hand. You can see there's some stringing over here between in the door opening, but not much. Also, the front looks pretty clean. The bottom has a nice infill. You can see the text. There's a little blob over here, but you can just easily take it off. The infill looks nice, as well as the chimney. I think it's nice and straight. Top of the benchy. Let me see, can I focus? Also nice infill. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the first benchy. especially at 15 minutes. Yeah, I think he did a really good job. I'm pretty impressed. So I've also installed the app on my smartphone. Here you can see it's connected to the printer, and it says it has an update, a firmware update. So you can update it from your smartphone. Let me do this. Update. Okay. And now you can see on the, let me take this one. You can see here, it's now updating the firmware. Starts to beep. Oh, okay, so now it seems to be ready. So it will do a reboot, and then it should be updated to version 2353. Let's see if it indeed does. Oh, device information, printer information. Yeah, now it's 2353. So this is the latest version, which is currently available. Not sure. Oh, there's also a firmware update to reduce the noise of the Ace. So let's do that as well. It's nice that they came up with this. So you can hear the Ace Pro doing something. So I think it's updated now. Yeah, so that's also done. So we're completely up to date now. Next I want to do a first layer test. So it's an adhesion test, also an infill test, just to see how level the bed is and if the calibration worked out fine, the auto bed leveling. What I've done in Anycubic slicer, I've got this small, very thin layer, as you can see. I want to slice it. Let me see, this one, and then do a remote print. I will select the white PLA, and then I will say start now. So this is the print. Let me show you on the build plate. You can see here, that means it's not entirely level. This side looks very nice. Over here you can see you've got some bumps. So it's cooled. You can see I can peel it off now. Let me take it off. Let me put this back. So this is the first, hopefully you can see it. Put my hand behind it. So the infill seems to be nice. If I pull it, it's nicely stick together. I pull it really hard, so no problems there. The back side also looks very nice. So the only issue is, well, these ones. So the bed seems to be not entirely level, but it has some really nice edges. It adhered to the bed very good, as you could see. So that's okay. So I'm just printing out different things to see how the printer handles. I've just finished this wolf. It was roughly a 2-hour print. I've used a 0.2mm layer height, 15% infill, and I've got 3 supports. Let me show you. As you can see, there is some stringing, but I didn't turn on the dryer yet. I want to do a test later. So this is without the dryer. I think it looks okay, but I still need to remove all the supports, of course. So let's take off the wolf. Oh, it's already loose, as you can see. Let me show you up close. On the bottom it's a nice infill. You can see the textured PEI sheet in there. All the 3 supports need to be taken off, and then we are left with the final end piece. So I will remove it one by one, and then I will show you what it looks like. Well, it took some time to remove all the supports. As you can see, there's quite a few. Would have been easier if I would have printed the supports in a different color, but then it will take a lot more time because it needs to change every time. So I didn't do that. Could have also changed the layer height a little bit to get a finer detail, but it's not a bad print. You can see it's a little bit rough, but eventually you can see the wolf is completely printed out. So yeah, I'm okay with it. So let me show you during the printing. Hopefully you can see it. You can see there's a lot of stringing going on. Let me zoom in a little bit. So that's because of the filament. It's not dried yet. So you can clearly see what wet filament does. It pulls a lot of strings, and also these little blobs you can see. It's not a very nice print. And I will show you the difference once it's dried in the dryer, so you can compare it. So the print is ready. Let me show you the result with wet filament. As you can see, there's a lot of stringing between the columns. Also these little blobs, these strange blobs, they come out of this column. And the columns itself, they look a little bit rough. This is because of the wet filament. So I will start the dryer, and then I will reprint this again once it's dried. So you can see the difference in result with wet filament and dried filament. So let me show you something about the Ace Pro menu. Here you can see Ace 1. You can daisy chain up to 2, so you can have 8 colors on this machine. I've got only 4. Here you can see the different colors. You can also change the colors from within this menu. The box state, so it's 45 degrees, and I've set the temperature to 45 degrees, so it's spot on. Running time, it still needs to go about 1 hour and 15 minutes before it's dried. You can turn it on and off from the menu. There's also a nice feature called Filament Backup. If you decide to have, let's say, 4 of the same spools inside the Ace Pro, the same colors, if one is running out, it will automatically switch to the next one, and so on. So this is a nice option to have. You can of course extrude and retract from the menu. So that's it for the Ace Pro menu on the display. So I've printed the same model as this one, but now using the dried filament, and I also changed some settings in Anycubic Slicer. Let me show you the difference, because I think it's really a world of difference. Let me zoom in a little bit and tilt the camera so you can see it. This was the one that we printed before the drying, so the wet filament. You can see a lot of stringing. The towers, they don't look very nice. You can see these little blobs. And this is the one after the drying. As you can see, the towers are much cleaner. Also, yeah, you can still see a little bit of stringing, but compared to this one, it's really a world of difference. So yeah, the dryer really does do a good job. So let me show you again. I have taken off both of these now. This was the first one. You can see all these blobs and also the stringing. Also here you had some loose stringing. And the towers, if I take it a little bit closer, can I zoom? Yeah, they don't look so very nice. You can see there's a lot of yeah, gaps and openings here in the towers. Now I will take the other one. This is the one I've just printed. As you can see, there's still a little bit of stringing over here. Let me see on this side. You can see a little bit of stringing, but it looks much cleaner. Also on the top you see a little bit. And this is not the easiest filament, because this is like a silk filament. It really reflects everything. Here you can see the string over here. The Anycubic Kobra 3 combo, what do I think about it? I think it's a very nice machine. It feels very solid and well built. I like the fact that it's pretty silent compared to some other machines I have, especially when the bed is moving on the hot end. It makes a lot less noise than some of the other printers I have. So that's a nice benefit. Standard, it will come with a 0.4mm nozzle. It's a volcano style nozzle. It's a direct drive extruder. The extruder can go up to 300 degrees Celsius, so you can do ABS, PLA of course, PETG and other materials, so that's nice. The bed can go up to 110 degrees Celsius, so that's more than enough. The build volume is 250 by 250 by 260 millimeter. So again, that's plenty enough for me. What more? I did do some tests, of course, with the printer. I will show you in a minute some initial testing and the results of these. And then the Ace Pro. I like that besides having a multicolor option, you also have a filament dryer. So it's a 2-in-1 solution, which is very convenient. Some other brands, they also offer a multicolor option, but then you have to buy a separate filament dryer, which consumes a lot more space on your workbench. So it's really nice to have these two combined. You can easily control it from the software. You can turn it on and off. You can set the temperature and also the amount of hours that it's turned on. The only thing I couldn't find is humidity indication. So I'm not sure if there's no humidity sensor inside, and maybe it only works based on temperature and X amount of hours. But at least it works. I will show you in this video. It works perfect. So for me, that's not a deal breaker. But I would have liked that I can see the humidity of the filament. So during my testing of the Ace Pro, I did encounter two issues with it. The first one is the feeding of the filament. Of course, the filament comes on a spool, so if you unwind it, it's a little bit curved. If you do not straighten it before you put it in the Ace Pro, what can happen is you feed it in and it comes out on the inside of the Ace Pro instead of going through the PTV tube, the Bowden tube. So as it's not in the tube, it will not reach the hot end, and the hot end will not tell the Ace Pro to stop feeding. So it just keeps on feeding and it curls up on the inside of the Ace Pro until it gets stuck. I saw on the internet I'm not the only one who has this issue. So in my opinion, it's really a design flaw, and they should do a redesign when they release a new model. I did notice when you straighten the filament and then you put it in, I didn't have any issue after I did that. So there is a solution in my opinion, but again, I feel that it should improve this design. The second thing I noticed with the Ace Pro is at the back of the machine there are these tabs. When the filament is feeded, these tabs, they are spring loaded, they come out and they get in, so they go up and down. And these are plastic against plastic, and they make a really nasty squeaking noise. So during the printing, especially larger prints, which take several hours, every time you hear this squeaking sound. And it's pretty annoying. You can adjust it a little bit by adjusting the Bowden tubes and straighten them. You will reduce the noise, but I didn't get the noise completely gone. So I did notice that over time it seems to be less noisy, but I'm not sure if it's because of the different prints or the different colors. But again, I feel there's a little bit, it should improve. You cannot have these plastics rubbing against each other, but I will have a look at it coming days, coming weeks, and I will let you know if it's improved or not if I make another video. But for me it was pretty annoying, and hopefully it will be gone in a few weeks. So that's the two things I encountered with the Ace Pro. For the rest, it all worked out perfectly. The color changing, they worked out fine. So I will show you next what I printed as an initial test. And of course I will do some more testing in the future, but for now I just printed some basic things to show you what the quality was and if it worked out or not. So that will be up next. So the first thing I printed, of course, was a benchy. This is a 15-minute benchy which was on the machine, so it was provided by Anycubic, and it turned out really nice. I will show you up close. I did have a little bit of stringing inside the door opening, but for the rest it was a really nice print, especially for 15 minutes. There was also a 12-minute benchy I saw included with the machine. I didn't print this one yet, but yeah, at least this one turned out really nice. So that was a good start. So the second thing I printed was this one. It's just a test to see if the auto bed leveling and the Z height is okay. As you can see, hopefully you can see it on the camera, on this side it's nice and flat, and if you go to this side you can see these waves. And that means that the hot end is, the nozzle is too close to the filament and it's touching it. So that means that the auto bed leveling was not perfect. It's pretty okay up to here, and then you have a little bit of in the corner which was the bed was too high or the nozzle was too low. So it didn't autocorrect perfectly. I don't think this will affect your prints too much. but it's not a perfect auto bed level. So next up is this print in place shark. It's also included with the printer. You print it as one piece, then you break it free and you can wiggle it and it can move, but it's all connected, so it's really nice. As you can see, both the bottom and the top are very nice and clean. The only thing I had, let me show you, was on the bottom. Maybe you can see it over here. You can see these thicker lines. Not sure what happened. Maybe it's the filament, maybe it's I don't know what, but this is how it came out when the first time I printed this part, and I want to show you exactly what I got. Of course I can reprint it and then say, everything is perfect, but I just want to show you exactly what I got when I printed this the first time. Next up is this one. I wanted to see the tolerances, so I printed this nut and bolt. As you can see, it's a threaded nut and bolt, and as you can see, when I screw it together, it just fits perfect. So yeah, this worked out really nice. As you can see, I can screw it on without any issue. It fits perfectly. I didn't change anything on the setting. I just used Anycubic slicer for this one, downloaded the design and printed it. So as you can see, this worked out really nice. Again, put it on and you can see with one finger you can just roll it on. So this one, yeah, was real fun to do and a pretty quick print as well. So the next thing I did was this vase. It's just a spiral wall, so it's an option you can tick in the Anycubic slicer. When you tick this one, it will just like a continuous flow going up. So it's a very quick print, but it's just a single wall, as you can see. The infill was perfect. You can see it's very nice on the bottom, and for the rest, yeah, it looks very nice. I just yeah, made it a little bit smaller because of the time I had. But of course you can print it much bigger if you want. But yeah, this one worked out pretty nice. So the next is this one. I printed a little gyro. It's also a print in place part. I used the Flash Forge filament, silk filament again. You print it in one as one part, and then you can just move all these rings so they can move like a gyroscope. So yeah, they will stay interconnected, but you can move them freely. So that turned out really nice, both sides. So it's fun to do. I also took this one and I printed multicolor. So here you can see the one in multicolor. What I did is I created each layer, or several layers, and there's one color, then the next color, and so on. And again, this is just print in place. You can move all these rings freely. And as you can see, all these rings have these multicolors. I did this like so because it will save so much time. If you would print this like this way, so it has several colors in one layer, it will take so much time. Let me explain. For instance, if you have this one, this is a single layer with multiple colors. That means that you have to first get the first color, then it will purge the filament and get the next color. It will purge again, get the next color, purge again, next color. So it has multiple color changes on one layer and also a lot of waste. So this, if you do it like this, it will take hours and hours to print it, and you got a lot of waste. Whereas you do it like this, so you have one layer, one color, next layer, another color, then it's much quicker, especially for testing. That doesn't matter, then you can do it like this. Of course, if you have a design where the colors are integrated, yeah, then you cannot do it. You have to do yeah, as the design tells you to. But for the testing, I could do it like this. And talking about waste, the little prints I did, you can see how many waste I already got. I think that's the negative part about multicolor printing in 3D. You have so much waste. Every time you need to change color, it purges, because otherwise you get color bleeding. You get one color mixed up with the other one, so it has to make sure that all the old colors are out, and then you can put in the next color. And yeah, you waste a lot of filament, so yeah. But it is fun to do, let's be honest. Next up, I want to show you the benefit of having the dryer. What I did is I printed this one. This is like a little torture test. It's a stringing test. What it does, it prints these two posts, and every time when he prints, it goes to the other side, it prints, it goes to this side, it prints, and it goes up and down with the head. And by doing so, you can see with wet filament, you can see a lot of stringing. So you can see all these strings going from one post to the other. You can also see over here, you can see these strange blobs, which should not be there. And also if I turn it around, you can see here, you can see a lot of stringing. You can see it. So it doesn't look very nice. Also the post itself doesn't look very clean. So this is before drying. And now I want to show you the result once the filament was dried. This is the result after. Here you can see the posts look a lot cleaner. You can still see a little bit of stringing, but yeah, it's almost completely gone. On the top you can see a little bit. Let me focus. Come on, focus. Here. So yeah, you can see there's a lot of improvement. I do have to mention that besides drying the filament, I also changed some settings in Anycubic slicer. I did change something on the retraction and also the speed of movement. So that will also make a little bit difference, but I think yeah, most part will be due to the dried filament. I have other videos on my channel where you can see some tests of different filament dryers. And then I can also show you the before and after, and it's similar to this. So it's a real benefit yeah, having this dryer included. As you can see, the bottom is nice and clear, and also the top. So for the rest, it did a really nice job once everything is dried. And then finally I also printed this little wolf just to see the fine details. It is a little bit rough on some parts, but it's maybe because of myself. I used a tree support, so that means it will support all the overhanging details, and you have to break it away. And I printed it in the same color as the wolf, so it's difficult to see which part is the tree support and which part is the part of the wolf. Next time when I do this, I should do it multicolor, because I have the multicolor option. So why not print the supports in a different color? Then it's easier to break them away, but it will take a lot more time because it needs to change every time. But I think in general it doesn't look yeah, that bad. I think it's pretty okay. It's nice and detailed. Yeah, it's not a resin printer. If you want to do these small figures, I would suggest getting a resin printer. It just got a little bit higher resolution, more suitable for things like this, I think. But overall, it's yeah, it's a pretty good print. I think when you enlarge it a little bit, it will look a little bit better, because all these little small details like the fingers is just real small, and it's a little bit difficult to take out all these supports. But again, I think it turned out really nice, and yeah, I'm happy with the result. So that's it for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please let me know. Give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It would really mean a lot to me if you did. Yeah, again, I hope I showed you some of the things this machine is capable of. I will put my other machines aside for a while and start using this machine as my main machine. So I will do my best to get more videos out on this machine in the future. I will also be receiving the latest and greatest Anycubic Kobra S1. So that's a large one, the fully enclosed one. It's a different machine than this one. This Kobra 3 is a bed slinger, so the bed will move up and down. And the other one is a Core XY, so the head will move and the bed will stay in place, will only move up and down. So once I've got this machine, I will also make a video on that one, and I will put it on my channel. So yeah, stay tuned for that one. Again, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.